Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Epic Business Spotlight, where businesses shine and their leaders share the secret sauce to their success with us. I'm Richard Osterd, and today I have the pleasure of having Jason Laird here with us. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Hey, Richard, I'm great. How are you?
Great, great. Thank you. How about you tell us a little about yourself and your business?
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me too. So, for 20 years, I was an acupuncturist. I went to acupuncture school and had a really successful business in Wyoming. And, I just really loved doing that. But I had no idea how to do marketing. I just really got lucky because it's where I grew up. My family was there 100 years. I was on the news every month. And so I was really fortunate to have that system, so to speak. And then when I decided to move to Florida, it was about 2 months before the pandemic.
Oh,
So I, so
yeah.
my intention was to come down here and to basically start a new clinic and have everything kind of like I did down there, except for in better weather. And so that those plans were thwarted. So during the pandemic, since I couldn't treat patients, I had luckily maybe 3 or 4 years prior started learning how to do online marketing and how to do that for myself. And what happened is, obviously not being able to treat patients, I had to figure out some way to support my family, my children, and my wife, and everything. And so I took on learning marketing even more deeply, and was really fortunate. I got asked to be a high ticket salesperson for a company that was doing, some golf training, and it was a high ticket golf training, and that was really awesome until they shut down the golf courses. Right. So
Yeah.
then but it
Even in
was
Florida.
yeah, but what was really great is that I gained so much knowledge and understanding of how high ticket worked that I was able to get a job or a position with a company, and she was doing amazing things. And so I was part of that team. And then that led to another position with a company where they were doing 2.7 million a month. And I really learned how to build the systems that a company needs to go from unknown to somebody through to selling a 5,000 or 40,000 or $100,000 system. And then I thought, well, this is something that I've studied copywriting with John Benson. I've done all kinds of really high level marketing things, and I'm like, okay, well, what do I really want to do? And so I when I moved back to New Smyrna, where I live now, what I realize most small businesses don't understand. They're really good at being they're in their business, as you're shaking your
Yeah.
head. We're really good at being a practitioner or running our business or whatever it is that we do, but we have no idea about marketing, and we have to rely on people that sell marketing to help us out. And a lot of times it falls flat. The ads don't work or whatever it might be, and then you spend all this money and you don't have anything. You have an ad that you paid $1,200 for, and it falls
Right.
flat because all it was is the ad. So what I decided to do is create for my community here because I didn't have a community in Florida like I had in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, okay, well,
Mm.
I really want to create a community because there's a lot of people, a lot of businesses in Volusia County. There's 14,000 some businesses, but there are 500,000 residents. And so, my wife and I were talking, how do we help the community with all of the skill sets that I was able to accumulate? And one of those things was to create a system for businesses, for especially small and medium-sized businesses, where they could have an entire system with copywriting from an A-level kind of copy standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the follow-up, the systems, the everything that a business would need, so they could just say, okay, I just want to send the person to this page and then have my system do the work. And so that's what our offer has become, is a sort of, we have a couple of them. We have a done with them,
Mm-hmm.
we have a done for you, and then we have the positioning. And so I'll give you a little description about those a little bit. But the done with you is, I'm calling it the VBN founders deal, because a lot of people, they have the time but not a great amount of money.
Right,
And
right.
so to give them the systems and the copy and all of that, we do an 8-week sort of sprint where I interview them. We really go deep on who they, at the end of the day, every business needs two things. They need more leads, and they need more money.
Yeah.
And really, ultimately, don't we all just want to go rollerblading, right?
Yep, exactly.
Because as a dad myself, I really want to just spend more time with my family. I love business, but at the end of the day, like we're doing business to have a lifestyle.
Yeah,
And so I thought, well, what's the best way I can give back the skill sets that I've gleaned over the years to make it really easy for people? And so we do this 8-week sprint. And at the end of that, they get a package that is a deliverable of not only the system, but the copy from ads to the follow up and everything in between. And then I help them build it. And then we
very
also,
nice.
of course, we have the done for you where we do all that with them. And then the positioning is really special because there are certain businesses that they really want to dominate their market. They really want to be the best.
Hmm.
So we did a positioning for a Fortune or an Inc. 5000 company, and we created an entire moat for them. And so they're the only ones that have that positioning. So when all of the messaging, and all of the things that they say come from that platform. So there's a lot of companies you can think of with slogans and things like that, and their
Hmm.
positioning is that. You
So they're
know,
creating their own blue ocean, basically.
Correct. Well, think about the Viagra slogan. I mean, it was genius.
Hmm.
I won't say it, but it's pretty genius. And it's
The
like,
warning was genius too.
well, that's the point. The
Oh, that,
warning
yeah,
was genius, right? So
yeah,
that's positioning. They can't. Nobody can beat that, or they could. At
right.
least they couldn't, right? And so we create those for businesses, whether it's
Okay.
doctors. Most of our clients there are like one, especially with my partner in England. We're international companies, so I'm head of sales for them, and we have really specialized in doctors, dentists, and really regulated markets like law because it's
Yeah.
very specific. But what we've been able to do is a smaller clients like coaches and things like that. They really struggle in the market, and so we really create that for those people.
Very, very interesting. So basically, so the Volusia Business Network is the agency, basically, a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Um,
so my agency is actually called Ghost in the Machine,
oh, okay.
and
Oh,
the Ghost in the
nice. I
Machine
like
is
that
the
name.
Holy Spirit. I was saved 4 years ago, and so it's kind of grown out
Very
of that. Where
nice.
Volusia Business Network is really my goal with that is to, most businesses are on their own. Business people are on their own. They,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to market, first of all. But what my goal with this is to be able to businesses that don't really have maybe some resources coupled with other businesses who are really specialized, we can cross pollinate. We can help with marketing. We can create partnerships of sorts where this business is complementary to that business. And so the Volusia Business Network is really my way of creating what I had in Wyoming, where everybody can help each other. And we have, my partner has created a really amazing platform on the back end
Hmm.
for our email delivery. And so we have the ability to send 20,000 emails and growing every month. So right now we're up to 50,000 we're able to send.
Great.
Next month will be 80,000 or 70,000, 90,000, so on. And so I call it like the offer Death Star. So it's not just our thing. So if somebody wants to mail out to our list, we can do that. But
Yeah.
my goal is really to be able to support and give back to everybody and have everybody be able to win, whether it's they have either last $97 or $97,000 a month in revenue.
Right. Yeah, and that's really important because a lot of businesses don't have that reach. They never build a list to start with.
Right.
And even if they wanted to, they're relying on newspapers and
Mhm.
Valpak and stuff like that.
Right.
With yours, it's instant, and now it's more important than ever because deliverability is really low. So
Right.
even if they have a list, like maybe I have a friend that has a list. It's not that big. It's like 2,000, but
Mhm.
not every. I mean, like I'd say like 10% actually get the email.
Right.
All the
Absolutely.
changes Google did, yeah.
Well, and one of the cool things we have too is because really I have a specialized skill set. I'm really more of a idea person, and I can put pieces together, puzzle pieces together.
Hmm.
But I don't know how to run ads very well. That's not my specialty. It's just like when I was in acupuncture, I wasn't a dentist, right? I was an
Right.
acupuncturist. So what I did is I really went and I tried to I did put together a team of very specialized people. So the guy that really does our ad platform basically,
Mm-hmm.
he's very, very good. So we've got an account. They spend $500,000 a month in just ads because he's very good and very mathematical about being dominant in that ad. And so it's systematized and it's
Right.
systematic. So it's pretty amazing that just how watching it all come together. And that's really the network kind of aspect of it, the best of the best coming together to provide an excellent service.
Do you have any sort of limitation? Like you only have, I'm just gonna say like BNI, like one seat per profession, or are you looking at certain set revenue level or something like that in the VBN?
No, because what I told my wife well, not the other day, I've told her all along. I said, there's people that literally don't have anything but have a really great idea.
Okay.
Let me give them something that is really amazing that doesn't uh, take a lot of effort, but it has a huge impact. And so
Impact.
we have that for people that are just starting. But to answer your question directly, we have one thing that I forgot to mention is we started creating these what I call smart agents. And so, right? So these smart agents, what I've really come to, we built one yesterday. It took us about 5-6 hours for a doctor in Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
and it answers every single aspect of his business. We're able to now schedule automatically. We're adding voice. We've figured out how to add voice. So if somebody calls in and wants an appointment,
The agent
especially
will.
with this particular doctor, of a private nature, and so when they call in, it's HIPAA compliant. It's all voice automated. It talks to them as a real person would,
Right.
and then it's able to automatically schedule. Or if they need to talk to the receptionist, or if what the pricing is. And then we did one last week for a realtor where it automatically, this is the part I love the most, is it not only tells about all of the aspects of the property,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's text-based on the phone or on the voice, but also be able to coordinate. Because when I was selling my house in Wyoming, the showings and the scheduling with everybody, so it's able to automatically use AI to schedule with the buyer, the seller,
Oh,
and
wow.
the agent.
All
And
parties.
yeah, and
Very
and if
nice.
somebody needs to cancel, or if somebody's at a showing, for instance, I know when we were we were trying to sell our house, some of the showings went really long because the people were very interested. Well, it has an automated way to keep the buyer, up to date, because especially if they have kids, hey, we need another 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then they don't have to take time away from their client or their family. And so we've really tried to make it as best
Very
as we
nice.
can to be able to be automated.
That sounds
But to
great.
answer that question, I don't have any restrictions. I just do an interview with people to
Okay.
make sure that it's a business that I align with, and it's not
Right.
something that is not wholesome really, but it's something that it provides their family and other people really a lot of value.
And you beat me to the point because I was just going to say, oh, you have that AI smart agent there in the bottom. Tell us about that, but you already did.
Yeah,
So
I'm really
that's
excited about
that's
that
great.
because they really I've really dived deep into AI the last 18 months as of
Mm-hmm.
this recording. I went in, like I said, into John Benson's AI
Right.
copywriting. And
Yeah.
so I've had, some amazing things that have come out of that. And I have a whole system to be able to use his copywriting method, plus all of the people that he's trained his AI on to create that copy. But then also what we've got is the automation that comes with AI in general. And so
Right.
I've really dived deep into AI, and these smart agents are really pretty amazing because we can do it for small businesses all the way up to Fortune 500 and beyond.
Yeah, and that's a big different differentiator, because a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I have AI," and sometimes it's just a bot that goes with a tree structure.
Right.
Some have plugged it into an API of AI, and it
Yeah.
actually does give answers.
Yep.
But not very many actually do what yours does, which is the scheduling, answering phone calls, being available 24/7 for
Right.
whatever, which is a great advantage. And obviously the cost is a lot less than having someone on the phone 24/7 waiting for a call.
Yeah.
Right. So on
Yeah,
the long
what
run,
I
it's
really love about it is depending on the scale of what a business needs, it can grow with
right.
them. And ultimately what it is I'm like, look around the world. It's not like it was in 1980, right? When we were growing up. Things are different. Things
Very.
are chaotic in a lot of ways. And really this is my way of giving back and making money. So I always said, you have to have three things in business. You have to like it, you have to be good at it, and you
Yep.
have to be able to make money. It's like a tripod. If you don't have those two things, if you're good at it,
What's
but you
gonna,
can't make money at it, it's a hobby, right? And all the different legs of it. And I know a lot of people just don't like what they're doing, but they can't do anything else. So if we can create, maybe they're too far down the line of having studied a particular line of work, it's hard for them to change. But if we can make it easier for them, where it brings joy back to their business, where it's not a drudge and a grind, and to be able to scale it and then sell it maybe. Our goal is to be
right.
able to help businesses increase their revenue, but also increase their joy and be able to spend more time with their family or doing whatever it is that they want to do.
Yeah, because some people grow their business and then they totally hate it.
Totally. Yeah. Or they think they're going to like it, or, like for me, I was an acupuncturist for 20 years. I loved it, but circumstances in the world
Right.
changed.
And you shift.
I
Yeah.
also owned a hotel. My wife and I owned a
Oh.
hotel, and we were making, I think it was $70,000 a month in revenue, and it got struck by lightning.
Oh, wow.
Everything was gone. Well, then years later, we were able to go back to the owner of that building, who happened to have been the guy who started Vans Tennis Shoes. He's just a
Hmm.
wonderful guy. He and I really got along really well. And I said, "Hey, I got this idea. Let's open for the Eclipse, which
Yeah.
in Casper, Wyoming, in 2017 was the place to be. It was the number one place to be. So we had NASA come.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
we had a world-renowned astronomer come, and so she really took us in because she stayed with us, and so she showed us all this cool stuff. Well, we made $80,000 in 3 days because of that opportunity, and
Right.
so it's one of these things where like to put together. I've got a lot of I guess God gave me a lot of really great ways to see situations from a holistic point of view
Hmm.
that other people may not see, whether it's about their business or what's possible or how they can team up. Like we just did the one for the realtor. I mean, their people bring their kids to showings. What if they gave a coupon to the place down the road that sells ice
Right.
cream? Just different things like that. There's different ways in that network to be able to be, and we started out for just Volusia, but it's now seeming to grow. So
Oh, that's great.
this offer is seeming that people that are hearing about it, hey, I want to be in on this because I need that. And so
Right.
it's kind of a fun thing.
That's great. That's great. So if I know you have your QR code there, if someone wants to scan it, but other ways that they can reach out and find you, see how they can, if they can join the Volusia Business Network.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, the easiest way to really to do that is to go to volusiabusinessnetwork.com/start.
Okay.
That page, just for you, Richard, will be up later today.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
put it there somewhere
yeah,
down here.
because that way, what I really want to do is to be able to take people down a journey, and then they can get on a phone call with me, just like we're doing with
Right.
right here, and find out if we can even help them.
Exactly.
Right? If is it 15 minutes, I know, okay, this is something I can help you with. All right, if we can, here's the next step. If we can't, here's some resources.
Right.
That way we can be able to
Either way, help a little bit.
yeah, yeah, because like time is valuable. Somebody might just need something small or an idea. Some people may, and I know, just based on what I've done for a long time, there's people that want something small. There's people that want to do it on their own, and then there's people that just want to pay us to do it.
Right. Yeah,
And
totally.
that's really the idea behind the network is to make it very simple and valuable for people.
And you help others leverage that network, which is amazing. And I think a lot of and I don't want to call the network an agency, but a lot of agencies have the same opportunity. They just don't do it.
Yeah,
So that's really
it's
nice.
I'm just kind of looking at it. There's a lot of people that specialize in things like I'm not great at building websites. I
Mhm.
don't build websites. I don't even like I know I in fact I was application 0001 for ClickFunnels, but I decided that that's not what I like to do. But
Right.
I have all of the like I've dived deep into a lot of different areas because I don't like to be surprised.
Right.
But what I've realized is I need to know enough to be dangerous, so to speak, so I don't get the wool pulled over my eyes. But I know exactly what needs to be done for somebody to get whatever that is done. Like my dad's a lawyer.
Hmm.
I wouldn't try to represent myself. I wouldn't want somebody to represent themselves, just like I wouldn't want to do surgery on myself.
Right.
It's hard enough to do acupuncture on myself. I don't like, putting the needles.
Yeah.
And since I can't do it in Florida, I don't want to do it anymore. I spent 20 years doing it. This is the best way that I know to utilize the skills
Great.
God gave me. So hope that
Well,
answers your question.
yeah, oh yeah, totally, totally. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and thank you for taking the time of being on with me today, Jason.
Absolutely.
Last thing you'd like to tell the audience before we end the call?
No, I would just say, well, maybe I would just say that, if somebody has, some confusion or even has some ideas that they don't really know how to put it together, they can schedule a 15-minute call with me just like this, and we can uh, see if we can help them.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Again, volusiabusinessnetwork.com/start. And I'll put this under the video. Thank you, Jason, again, so much for joining us. If you're watching this and you want to showcase your business too, feel free to reach out. I'll send you a link and you can schedule a time. And as you can see, it's pretty simple, fast, easy. And all of us, we all learn a lot. I love it because I get to see and meet all these amazing people that are doing wonderful things. Again, congratulations, Jason. You're doing an amazing job, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right, take care.